Okay, so I'm just gonna go through everything here. That hopefully I can just rechannel in here. I'm hoping it kind of feels like that they're just stepping forward because they're just saying that they love you so much. So they do feel like it was a male and female that was stepping forward. It feels like I think the male, if I recall correctly, was stepping forward more, more intense, not like intense, but more, he was stepping forward more so than the female, but he was acknowledging that him and the female are together. It feels like they were either related or married. Does that make sense to you?
Yes. Do you want me to tell you who it was, or just kind of my dad and his mom, which would have been my grandma?
Okay, gotcha. Your dad and mom, and I'm so sorry for your loss. Your dad and grandmother, you said.
Mhm.
Okay. That way I can kind of get an idea too when I'm reading. Okay, so and then the next piece of information was the color blue. It felt like when I asked them, I was like, okay, what about the color blue? They had said or they had said basket, and I'm like, okay, so are we just saying B names now? Like I don't quite understand this. But they said like blue in regard to person, but they did reiterate basket again.
Yes. So I got a blue basket after my grandma passed away, and it was like the wilted like baskets, but it was a blue, like an older basket.
Oh, I love it. That's what I saw too, was like a yeah, one of the I
It was
don't
like
even
an
know.
antique kind of.
Yes. Like a
Yeah.
basket, yeah, you wouldn't like really find too much often, I feel like, anymore.
Right.
Maybe not, definitely not a blue one, I feel like anyway. And then so the month September.
Yes. That was so my dad passed away a year before her, but September 27th to the date was that we had her celebration of life.
Okay, so that totally makes sense for the 27 as well. Awesome, because I
Mhm.
got that also. And then November.
That was when he actually got sick.
Oh my goodness.
Really, real sick. Yeah.
Aw. And then I asked him, how did you pass away? And you said he passed away before her, because that's what he said.
Yes.
Okay. And then the next piece of information was I was asking about like I believe it was like cultural background and what was it? Hold on, I need to pull. Oh, locations and cultural background. So he brought up Mexico, and then he also brought up like Mexican, or I'm sorry, Latina heritage.
Yeah, so we have Latino and Native American in our
Oh,
family.
that
And
is
he
that is
also went to Mexico to work.
oh my,
So,
that is so cool. Okay, that makes sense. And then the next piece of information is mount there he showed me like mountains, and then he showed me traveling also.
yes, he traveled a lot for work.
Oh
And he
my
traveled to the mountains a lot, like to Texas or within that area, Colorado, all through that.
oh my goodness, so wild. Okay. Yeah, he showed me a lot of movement. He showed me the mountains and then movement. And then I was getting like the left side of the head that was significant. It was like the temple area.
Yeah, so right before he got really sick, he had a small brain aneurysm
Oh my
on
God.
that side of his head.
Oh my goodness, I am so sorry. That is crazy. The aneurysms, I swear. Oh my goodness. Oh,
Hmm.
okay. And then so the next piece of information for his personality, I got very much so that he liked to like tease you, basically.
Yes. He was like that a lot when we were really younger, and he would joke around a lot, and yeah, you can never take him serious.
Yeah, that's what I got. He kept messing with me, and I'm like, "Ah, come on, I'm trying to read here. I gotta concentrate." Um,
Yes.
and then so he brought up like rocks or crystals.
Yes. So he had a hobby where he loved to find airheads and pieces of pottery, and he would collect them. He done that for years.
Oh my gosh, that is a really cool hobby. I need to start
Yeah.
digging over here, man.
No, he loved it.
Oh
Yeah.
my gosh, that is cool. And then the next piece of information is I got the color orange as being relevant. It felt like it was like a favorite color, I believe, of his.
Yes, that was his favorite color. Actually, I have a tattoo like when he passed away. In with his Weldon hood, I've got orange in with it
Oh my
in my
gosh,
tattoo.
no way. I
Yeah.
Oh, I didn't say welding. I swear. They say blacksmith to me a lot, which I actually don't even know what a blacksmith is. Sorry, I have to put my never mind. He doesn't want to go down. So I believe that he said that, and it's so funny. Like 2 days ago, I was thinking, I'm like, watch me run it, because blacksmith and welder, like for some reason, are the same in my mind. I'm like, watch
Right.
me actually run into a welder. And here we
Yeah.
here we
Yeah.
are.
Yeah.
And then what about migraines being super significant?
He had those really bad within the time frame of like the brain aneurysm, and I get them really bad because I have seizures. So I get migraines like on a daily basis.
Oh my gosh, I'm so sorry, girl. Whew,
Yeah.
Jesus. And then,
Yeah.
so the next piece of information is we kind of already went over this, but I do want to go over it again. So, like, he was, like secretive, it sounds like, in like a playful way.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay, gotcha. And then, yeah, he said someone's, dad, and then he did say that he was a grandfather as well.
Yes. Oh, yes.
Okay, excellent. And then he said wish upon a star. And that kind of leaked into like camping and him showing me. It looked like we'll start with this. So wish upon a star camping, and then he showed me you watching, like him watching you watching the stars. Does that make
Yes.
sense?
Yeah, because he would always point out the Little Dipper and the Big Dipper. He would
Oh,
always, yeah. And then when he got really sick, he said, if you ever get down and out, go always wait till nighttime and go look up at the stars, and you'll always see I'll be the brightest star in the sky. So,
oh my gosh, I
yeah,
love
yeah, he's
that.
like all emotional.
Oh my
So,
gosh, I know he seems so sentimental and just so sweet, and that's why we were all determined to find you again.
yeah, like when you said that yesterday, I was like, oh my gosh.
I know, that's crazy. This was definitely meant for you, I'm telling you. Oh, okay. And then then he brought up something about like a passed down ring and your grandmother.
Yes. So my daughter, when my grandma passed away, we got it was like the wooden basket that was, had it's like a baby blue, older looking basket. And my daughter actually got my grandma's ring. My youngest daughter did, and she still has it. And before we moved, she panicked because she couldn't find it, but we found it because she thought she
Oh,
lost it out of her jewelry box.
oh my gosh, good. I am glad you guys found it. I would be in a panic too for something like that.
Yes,
Uh,
yes.
And then how about like a P name as being significant? I got PA, but I wasn't for certain, but I'm certain about the P name.
His first name is Philip, and
Oh,
his middle name is Anthony.
oh, I love that he did that. See what an amazing guy. I've only other gotten like initials like that clearly with one other person, a spirit,
Yeah.
and I love that's my favorite right there. So oh,
Yes.
love that. What a sweet family you have.
Yes.
And then I got that he was tan.
Very much so.
Okay. And it feels like okay, so like I got that you guys didn't know how he passed fully.
Yes, I had a lot of questions on that as well.
Okay,
About,
gotcha.
yeah.
We can try and figure that out. Sometimes I can, sometimes I can't. You know, like it's kind of
Yeah.
like it's a weird thing. I can give you answers, but it's still kind of like you don't really know for certain, you know. Um,
Right.
and then so I got significance behind an L name.
Yes. That would be my cousin.
Okay.
I have a cousin and an aunt also, so I don't know.
Okay, yeah, that's okay. Hey, if it's significant, it's significant. Like that would make sense, the connections.
Okay.
Okay, so let me see just kind of what he can give me of like why he was coming through yesterday. Yeah, he's teasing you. He said something about fart, but it went too quick, so I'm not.
Oh my gosh, he was so bad about that. Yes. He would do it like with my kids trying to be funny because he absolutely adored like my youngest, well, especially the youngest because she was just the youngest, but all three of them.
Oh my
He would,
goodness, that's so
he,
funny. That's the
yeah,
worst. How do
he'd
you
try
guys?
to be goofy.
How do they do that?
Yes.
So it feels like he was really trying to come through to support you as you're supporting your children. It feels like he's telling me like that you're stressed right now with the children, which completely makes sense. I mean, mamas do so much. But does that make sense to you?
Very much so.
Okay. And then, so did you have any questions for him, or did you just want to know if I could get any more information on the aneurysm? Or
Just
the
whatever
polygraph?
messages you get through from him, or like any kind of advice on, I guess, life in general, because life has been lifing, if that makes sense.
Oh, yeah, that's too funny. That's what I say. I understand for sure.
Yes.
Um, He's definitely just like encouraging you to keep going. And I always like to say, and they encourage me to say this to the sitters, is that they do so much freaking work on the other side for you. And sometimes we do go through those dips, but don't worry, he's saying, because it's always going to balance out at some point. And let's see here, kind of. Um, So he's encouraging an outlook of being open-minded, because he's like kind of saying, he's like, things always end up working out in some way for you. Does that make sense?
Yes.
Okay. And he's saying that, like, that the reason for that, like, he's acknowledging it's because of all of your hard work that you've put in over time. Like, you've planted a lot of seeds that have grown into like beautiful trees and fruits. Like, he's like saying like all sorts of things. Like, it's a really beautiful garden that you've been, I feel like, working at for quite some time. Like, I feel like you're a really good person and you just always try to do the right thing, is what he's saying. And how he's like explaining things and kind of how you work. And he's saying that there is going to be success in the future, and he's just trying to like encourage you, like, don't worry, even though I know you're probably still going to worry. That's what I mean about this situation. It's like,
Yes.
don't worry, but like he's really like saying like, it's gonna work out. Like, you always find a way to make it work out, and it truly is because of the hard work, and there is gonna be like better things on the other side for you.
Okay.
And I don't know, would it make sense if there was like a baby on the other side for you as well?
Yes, it
Okay.
would.
So also, just another thing that he's trying to acknowledge is that the baby is there with him, and that like babies are super powerful, like passed away children and babies. Like, it's like a certain age range actually. And what I say is I call them fairies, and like he's kind of encouraging this, and like he's saying like trust your intuition. He's like kind of like encouraging like I don't want to say spirituality, but like just like being in that energy type of deal. But passed away children, I call them fairies, and often if you give them tasks like, oh, they help, remind me when I need to bring something out of the house that I forgot, or they'll help me remind me to start the breakfast sort of deal. If you give them a task and you start to thank them when you remember, if that makes sense, it really, you can use them to your benefit of energy, because they're on the other side looking to work with you, if that makes sense.
Right.
So I kind of didn't explain it in the best, but just know that like you can really use like your little babies on the other side to just help you out, help you grow and guide you, ask them for insight, and grandparents as well, great grandparents. I always say like those are the best people to like ask for help as you need like guidance and insight, that sort of thing.
Yes, very much so. That
Yeah.
makes a lot of sense.
Awesome. Well, Haley, once again, I'm
Yeah.
so happy that we got you up here, and I'm really freaking sorry for your losses because your family is
Yeah.
so freaking amazing. So I'm sorry.
Yes, it's been tough because I've been having a hard time processing it because things change. Like you always hear that saying, like in time things will get better, but that is so not true. That's so not true.
Amen to that. That is so, so, so not true. I totally
Yeah.
agree. The
Yeah.
anticipation of life in itself sometimes will just take you out. So I totally agree with that. But um yeah, like you said, sometimes life just lives and we just gotta figure it out and it's like, what the heck? Why?
I know, because it's just like, what am I going to do without my dad or my grandma? Because like they were both raising me, and it's like without
Oh,
them, everything's like so quiet. You can't pick up the phone anymore, and so you're just like, okay, there goes all the questions I had, or watching my kids grow up, and
yeah. Yeah.
that's
I'm so sorry, girl, for
yeah,
your losses. And they just really are encouraging you to talk to them, type of deal. Like, they're really, I think that, like, they're saying that you have a gift. And I typically don't tell people this, like, it's been a while anyway. Everyone obviously can, they can, not obviously, everyone can be, a psychic medium. You just have to work at it. But some people just like have like a special thing about them that kind of makes it easier for them to like trust their intuition or work at a certain clair like task that's spiritual. And they're saying that your intuition is just really strong, so follow that. Okay.
okay, that makes a lot of sense because I've often like just questioned why. I don't know. Some people tell me I overthink or overstress about a lot of things, but I can think something's going to happen and then it ends up like happening, or I don't know. It's just
I would
weird.
trust your intuition. And for things like that, that's called like, I believe, all knowing, like when you just like already know something's gonna happen type of deal. For those type of situations, really for anybody, guys, if you guys have like premonition, I would call, I don't know if they're called the premonitions actually, but write down what you think or what your thought was. And then later on, or whenever you're like, oh, I think this is why I thought this, write down why, and it will start to get, you'll start to see the patterns and it will get more accurate.
Oh, that's yeah, that makes a lot of sense. So that maybe
Yeah,
that could help me with a lot of things.
for sure. Even the silly things I learned, the first thing I wrote down, I remember, was the toilet wasn't gonna stop running, and like
Mhm.
a day later I think there was an issue with the toilet. So just even
Yes, I've had yeah, random things like that would happen, and I'm just like, what the heck? And I'll stress myself about it, and then ends up being something that I was like, okay, that was gonna. It's wild.
Yep, exactly. So do the little things that matters. That's just your confirmation right there. Well,
Yeah,
Haley, thank you so much for your time today.
yeah.
I hope you have a good rest of your day.
You too, and thank you so much.
Thank you. You're welcome. All right, bye
Bye.
now.